Shouldn't take long to drain some water out now. Hey, Gemma, get back. That one there's a little meaner than the possum, buddy. Get back. Gemma. So the pond's full of water. Let's go check out the pond before we go set your traps. What do you think?
Yeah.
See how much water we caught. So it rained about half the day today, and I didn't think it rained a lot. Maybe an inch and a half. I'm not sure, I'd have to check, but clearly we got more rain than I thought. Okay, so
that's not an inch and a half.
It's not going to take long to fill the pond when we get it done.
No.
That is crazy.
Dude, what?
Wow. So for those of you wondering how we're going to fill the pond, it's not going to be difficult. Well, what's up, guys? It's Daniel in Houston from Arms Family Homestead, and as you can see, the pond is full again.
This might be the next new duck hunting spot now.
It definitely might catch some ducks until we get it drained out again. So obviously, we are not finished with the pond. We are not ready for it to start filling up. So we're gonna have to pump all this water out again and then let it dry up some more. This may really slow down the pond construction. I'm not sure, but I can't believe how much water this caught. And it did rain. It did rain for what, 4 hours today, probably. Pretty solid rain. So we might have got 2 inches of rain. I just don't feel like we got that much. But Houston had asked me if I'd go help him reset all of his raccoon traps because we'd been out of town for a few days and busy with Christmas and all that. So I said, yeah, let's go set your raccoon traps. And then we saw the spillway water overflowing, which there's not a spillway on the pond dam yet. Obviously the pond dam's still got to come up several feet, probably 5 or 6 feet, if not more than that. So we're just kind of at a pause in the construction phase. So this is not a spillway by any means, but the pond did fill up and is overflowing. So it's, you know, if the dam was taller, there's no telling how much water we'd have in the pond.
Yeah.
You know what? Because right now, so look at that tree right there. You can see that the original water level, where, you know, full pool on the old pond versus where it's at right now is about 4 feet. We're about 4 feet below. And if the dam was taller, this pond might have filled up already.
Yeah.
You know what? Because it's been overflowing for several hours, I'm sure. And there's a lot of water going out of the pond currently.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing right now.
Well, it's not great. It's not great. Obviously, we want the pond to be dry right now, you know. Would have made a lot more sense to do this in July when it was a drought.
Yeah.
But that's not the situation we're in. Usually we don't get a lot of big rains this time of year. Not to say we don't get rain in the fall and winter. We do frequently get rains, but we don't typically get big rains. But I wouldn't consider what we had today a big rain. So if and when this gets finished anytime, one of those nights where we get 3 or 4 inches of rain will fill this thing up in one night. And that's encouraging to see, because when we were trying to figure out if we could go from a 1.5 acre pond to a 4 acre pond, we weren't really sure if we had enough drainage area to catch enough water. I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I bet the water might be close to going over the dam at Mill Creek.
Okay, back to what we were doing. I'm gonna go set Houston's raccoon and possum traps. He's got I don't know, 12 or 15 total dog-proof raccoon traps. We're gonna get them all reset tonight, and we've got several nights where we can catch some raccoons. And I made Houston a deal the other day, and I told him I'd pay him $10 for every raccoon and possum and $100 for every coyote he catches this year. How many have you caught so far?
I've caught 4 possums and 1 raccoon.
Alright.
This is only in like 4 days.
Yeah, we haven't really truly got started trapping very much yet. We wanted to get past Christmas because we were going to be out of town and all that. So I told him if he wanted to run a trap line, I would pay him to do it. We want to get rid of as many nest raiding predators as we can. Try to help the turkeys and whatever other birds.
Quail
and,
now.
Quail on the neighbors. So we're going to be trapping on our property. We're going to be trapping on the neighbor's place that we lease to get rid of a few ground raiding, nest raiding predators. Raccoons, possums, skunks, and especially the coyotes. The coyotes are getting thick on us. We've got a game camera set up in one of our little fields that we hunt in and that we deer hunt in. And the other night there was how many coyotes in that?
4 in 1 picture.
4 coyotes in 1 picture, which is really close to home. So it's time to get after the coyotes too, but we don't have all of our supplies here. I loaned them out. So we'll get those back in a couple days and go set some coyote traps too, right?
Yeah.
All right, Houston's got our dog-proof trap bait, and here's our big dog-proof trap. Wait, I thought you were baiting that one. What are you dumping it right there for? That one.
They can climb out of it.
I'm just kidding. These are our dog-proof raccoon traps. They don't catch the dogs. They don't catch cats, anything like that. So they're safe to use around your pets and things. So a little bit of dog food on the ground, a little dog food inside, and we'll set. Like I said, we got 12 or 15 of these, and then we'll come back and check them in the morning. Alright, that should be a good spot right next to this big brush pile.
Yeah.
There should be a lot of critters staying in there, huh?
Yeah, because you get trail right here, trail right there, trail right there, and then some behind you. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't catch one in the morning.
Well, the creek's up. I guess it might have rained a little more than what Houston told me it did. It might have rained a little more than we thought, but I guess part of it is the ground's been wet and saturated for days already, so it's definitely ripping a little bit. We'll have to drive down the driveway and see if we can even get out, but I bet we can't cross it to get on the neighbor's place. At least not on the buggy right now, for sure. I don't think we're going across the creek.
Nope.
And this buggy's too wide to fit across the bridge, or we just drive out. Our old Kubota side by side would fit right across it. This one won't quite fit, but yeah. Creek's up.
Kelsey's not sure about it.
Well, I guess we'll start trapping on the neighbors again tomorrow.
Hopefully.
It's not supposed to rain anymore tonight. So, creek's up. Creek's ripping pretty good.
That sand bass won't come up right now.
I know. If it was like April, man,
Oh,
I know what you'd be doing.
yeah. There'd be no doubt.
No doubt. Well, folks, that's the end of the line for us today. Guess I'll go back to the house and watch a movie or something.
Yeah. That's all we can do right now.
And this pretty much ensures that we're not going to be getting any work done on the pond for a little while. It's probably going to be delayed at least a week, I would bet, before it can dry up enough.
So maybe we can duck hunt on it.
Maybe so. I don't know. Well, top of the morning to you. It's bright and early the next day. Just got a text from the pond contractor. They're on their way. And we're going to set up several trash pumps. I've got one. I think they've got a couple, and we're going to start pumping water out of the pond. But first, I've got to go make sure they can even get here. It's a little foggy and hazy out here this morning. The creek's definitely down, which I had a pretty good feeling it would be. And it's low enough now that I can even cross it on the buggy. I just have to come make sure that there's not a huge buildup of mud or debris or a tree or something. As you can see on the opposite side over there, there's a little bit of buildup, but not enough to stop a vehicle from getting through. But what'll happen sometimes, you can see there's a gravel bar that formed right there, and sometimes that gravel bar will catch right in the driveway and then build up mud and catch a big log, like there's some small ones there. But with what we have here, not a big deal. We can drive right across this. But the creek got a good cleaning last night, yesterday. No doubt about that. It's definitely still full this morning. Caught a lot of water yesterday. I looked on the internet and it said we caught about 2 inches of rain in our area. So 2, 3, 4 inch rain will fill this thing up once it's done. So we got 2 pumps. We're gonna try to cut a trail down to the edge of the water so we can start pumping water, but I think he's gonna take the excavator out there and cut a hole back in the dam and let that water out. They're not finished with the dam by any means, so they're gonna probably cut a trench and start letting some water out. But my goodness, it is a muddy mess. Kind of surprised they decided to work today, but they want to get us as much water out of the pond as soon as possible so that it can start drying back out again. If you can't tell, it's a slippery, wet, sloppy, snotty mess. This stuff, clay is what you want to build a pond, but clay is not what you want to walk or drive on when it's wet. I can promise you that. You can barely walk on this stuff. It's like ice almost, trying to walk on a slope. So he's slowly making his way over here with the excavator. We're going to go ahead and recut a trench in the dam. Obviously, I've said that this was not completed, not ready to go. They did have to fill the trench and start packing it in so that they can work on the dam. We were hoping we wouldn't get 2 inches of rain and fill the pond, but they're just going to recut it where it was cut before, let it drain as much as we can, and then we'll pump it out with trash pumps and see if we can get rid of some water. There she goes. Now you get out of here, you water. You're not welcome here yet. Well, shouldn't take long to drain some water out now. Turned on the sprinklers.
I think we accidentally opened the floodgates.
Ready to go check your traps?
Yeah.
All right. Well, pond is draining, letting the water out. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah.
Well, I can already see a successful catch on trap number 1.
Yep.
First dog proof that we come across. There's a possum on it. Hey, buddy.
Is Do you have a tooth hanging out?
No more egg eating for you, okay? Stuck your hand in the wrong cookie jar.
Oh, Gemma.
Oh, watch out there, kill dog. Little guy's playing possum. He's hiding from the big mean kill dog. All right, you take care of business. I won't show everybody. Gemma, come here. Man, if I didn't know any better, I'd say it was Tuesday, Houston. Because so far, you're 2 for 2.
Yeah.
2 for 2. Got a raccoon on this one. Hey, buddy. Oh, that's a pretty raccoon, too. That's a pretty one. Nice. Nice looking fur. He ain't real big, but it's a pretty little coon. Hey, Gemma, get back. That one there's a little meaner than the possum, buddy. Get back. Gemma. Get back. I told you to get back. Ooh, Gemma. I told you to stay back. You didn't listen. You didn't listen.
Oh, Dad, I don't know if I can watch him.
You can. Just give him time. I know you're mean. I know you are. No, stay here. I know you're a mean girl. Good girl. Good girl, Gemma. Good girl. Well, that's a good morning so far. Gemma, I think you got it, babe. I think you got it. Started off 2 for 2. That's a great way to start the morning. Here's trap number 3, and there's nothing on it. Still got plenty of dog food in and around it. It's good to go. Hello. Hello, my little friend. Is your name Rico? We've been looking for you, buddy. Gemma wanted to come see you. Okay? What is it? What is that, Gemma? You stay back. Stay back. Stay back, okay? Dude, you're making some money today.
Yeah.
It's this raccoon number 3. So we got a possum and 3 raccoons so far. Hey, buddy.
You get it?
Looks like we got a possum over here. So, interesting thing. When we came into this field, before we checked the last trap, we were on the other side of this field, and Bear was with us, and he saw something and took off like just as fast as he could run. And Houston looked over here and saw
Oh, right there.
a big coyote in the field.
Yeah, he's probably like that tall.
So this is actually where we caught 4 coyotes right here in this spot last year.
Yeah.
So he was probably coming to eat that guy. I bet you that's what he was doing over here. He found him an easy meal.
Yeah.
Because I think that possum might already be dead.
No.
Nope, it's alive.
Yeah, he's just playing.
He was playing possum, huh?
Yeah.
So I bet that coyote was fixing to eat him a snack.
Yeah.
So one good thing though, we're removing a lot of the possums and the raccoons and stuff now before we start coyote trapping, because those coyote sets take a lot longer to set up and they've got to be perfect, right? So we're getting rid of these nest raiding predators first, and then we can come back and get after some coyotes because we know we got some of those to catch.
Yes.
All right. So, dang, you're gonna break me.
You got a little head.
Oh,
I'm out.
out of bullets. Somebody forgot to reload. Gemma, you got possum blood all over you. You're not coming in the house anytime soon. You're going to have a bath. But you're a happy dog, aren't you? Are you happy today? Is this what you love to do? You're just a born killer, aren't you? Got another possum. Uh-oh. Man, Houston, you got... This is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous.
That's 7.
You got more traps that caught than missed last night. This is number 7. Hey. Did you learn your lesson? Don't mess with the coons. They'll get you. They're a little meaner than the possums, Gemma.
You waiting on me?
Yeah, you got it. Let's go number 8.
Oh, you want to square up?
All right, so Houston caught a coon right there last night. Another trap right here. This is number 8 for the night. So this gives him 4 raccoons and 4 possums in one night. Goodness gracious. Pretty spot over the creek though, isn't it? Creek looks a little different than it did yesterday. Hey buddy, you sleeping? Yeah, you sleeping. You just asleep. You're a little bitty guy. Yeah, take you home and put you in my pocket. Huh. All right, talk about a heck of a morning on the trap line for Houston. I told you guys yesterday, I told him that I would pay him $10 for every raccoon and possum he catches, and $100 for every coyote or bobcat.
Or fox.
Or fox. Not necessarily after the foxes. We have a few fox, but they make a very pretty pelt, a very pretty hide. But anyways, I know not everybody's into trapping, and I know that's not everybody's thing, and I totally understand if you don't agree with it. But I just want you guys to understand, we're not just out here doing it for no purpose. There's 100% a reason and a purpose, and it's part of managing our property, part of managing our wildlife, and I promise you, 8 raccoon and possum are going to disturb a lot of nests on the ground. So I was telling Houston a while ago, he's 12 years old and he's never had the opportunity to kill a turkey on our own property. And 15 years ago, there would be 20, 30 turkey, a couple flocks of turkeys around here all the time. And they would literally roost in those trees right above the creek right there. And we have no turkeys left. So removing things like the wild hogs and some of these ground nest raiding predators does a lot for the ecosystem, and it's helping Houston make some money.
Yep.
What are you saving up for? What are you wanting to buy?
Well, yeah, golf clubs or Sitka.
Some new camo, maybe some duck hunting supplies.
Yeah, duck hunting stuff too.
Yeah. All right. All right, next project. I drove over to check on the pond, and they were trying to get a pickup truck down to hook onto their fuel trailer, and I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea. That fuel trailer's heavy, and I don't think you're going to be able to get it out of here because of the mud. And he said, well, the fuel trailer has a electric pump on it to pump fuel into their excavator and bulldozer. It has a solar panel on it, but yeah, well, as you can see, there's no sunlight, and their battery's dead. He said, we can't pump fuel, and we need fuel in the excavator. I said, I have just the solution. I happen to be a YouTuber who has done a lot of videos for solar generator companies. I can get you power. That's one thing I do have. That mud is some slick stuff, but he needed to fuel up the excavator, and sometimes I'm your man. So we got a solar generator hooked up to his battery system so he can pump fuel into all of his equipment because he's out of battery power and there's no sunlight to recharge the battery. So we'll get him fueled up in no time. She full. On to the next one. Gauge works, there's not much diesel in it. Well, Gemma, the river's flowing again down through here. Gonna get it drained out eventually. All that work building a nice pretty looking pond, and we had to cut the dam again already, huh? What a mess. Jimmy, you don't have to follow me everywhere. You can watch from a distance. It's okay. Made Kelsey and Earl stay in the house today. Well, this one snuck out, so she's been with me all day, and that's why she stayed out, because she's so muddy. But she's having a good time. It's a good day to be Gemma, isn't it? You're the star of the show today, sister. We're getting it drained down though. You can see the dirt line where the water was this morning. So he's dug down a good 4 or 5 feet and just trying to get the water out. I mean, we can pump it out eventually, but it's just so much faster to cut a ditch and let the water out. It's not supposed to rain anymore for, I don't know, any really severe chances of heavy rain in the extended forecast for 7 to 10 days. So I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Maybe it'll dry out enough we can actually get some work done. Gemma, dude, you don't have to follow me. Won't you just stay over there? It'd be much safer for you. Stay out of the way of that big shovel. Well, it's draining. I don't know if you can tell, but the clouds are starting to fade away. We're getting some sunshine on the ground. Nice breeze blowing. Rough day to work, but we'll get the water out. And they're not really actually getting a lot accomplished today other than this problem. So we'll see. I'll pick back up tomorrow and maybe we'll make some progress. Well, bright and early the next morning. Guys are back working. There is, however, still some water in the pond, but he's working on cleaning out the trench, trying to get it drained. They also got the dozer going, skimming the mud off the top. He's just basically just skimming a couple inches of mud right now, because once you get down past that, it's a good workable surface. And still a little slippery, still a little wet, and hopefully we can get this dried out pretty decent today and they can get a lot of progress made. We'll see. Well, it looks like he got back down to good workable dirt, moved all the wet, slippery stuff off top, and he's starting to bring dirt from back here to the dam. He's going to start building up the dam a little bit, actually moving some dirt and not just playing in a slip and slide. Looks like it might be a long, boring day of pushing dirt around. I mean, I know I could stand here and watch all day, but I figure people get bored just watching the bulldozer do the same thing over and over. What do you think? But it's good to see that progress is being made. Like I said, we're not completely dried out. We've got a lot of water still in the bottom, but the other guy's working. Steve's over there on the big excavator, and he's doing everything he can to get the water drained out of the pond. And I don't know, we'll see. Oh, he's sliding. Look at him. Look at the excavator sliding. Yeah, he's turning, but it was sliding down the hill on him a little bit. Trying to take it easy. That's some very, very slick stuff over there. So obviously it's going to take a little longer to complete the pond than what we originally hoped. I really have no idea how long it's going to take them. It's going to depend on the weather and working conditions, you know, over the next couple weeks. But while it is very encouraging to know that 2 or 3 inches of rain can put a lot of water in here, what's concerning is I can't really do my part until they're done. As far as building structure and adding structure into the pond, other than, you know, moving some trees and some logs around, I've been reaching out to several people on Facebook Marketplace looking for old construction debris, rocks, concrete. I've got a few things found. I actually had a subscriber email me a couple days ago. They've got 3 old airplane fuselages, if that's how you pronounce it, fuselages, sitting in a pasture that have been sitting abandoned for years. There's no engines, no components, just the tube with no doors and windows. 3 of them. They would make some really cool structure in the pond. Now I know Flair just built his big pond. They put a whole plane in the bottom of it. I'm not trying to copy Flair. They emailed me first and said, hey, these are yours if you want them. I found a guy that's got some old concrete culverts, concrete tin horns, big, you know, like 2-inch concrete pipe, not 2-inch, 2-foot concrete pipe, and some different things. Trying to locate a bunch of the old debris from our tornado that hit town. So like a bunch of the buildings that were concrete and rock and cinder blocks and stuff, a lot of that stuff still just piled up, and I've got a dump trailer, so if I can find some of those property owners that are looking for a place just to get rid of the concrete, rock, and cinder blocks and that type of debris. I'm not talking about lumber and sheet metal and all that, but things that would make good structure, you know, boulders, gravel, anything that fish can either spawn on, make nesting beds, or places where bait fish can get in and hide, and things that this guy can fish around.
And I can get hung on.
Yeah, get hung up on.
That's my dad's money.
I want to do as much of that as I can, but we're going to be very time limited if the pond fills up faster than what we hope. Usually something like this would take months to fill up, but as you guys saw in this video, it can fill up overnight. So it's a short window if it's still, you know, we're still getting some big rains. I'm gonna have to get in here and work quickly, so I'm trying to get as much junk and stuff located and brought here, hauled here, and at least put somewhere where it's not in their way, because I can't do anything until they get done, because obviously they're moving equipment around everywhere all the time, and I can't pile a bunch of rocks and all that stuff until they get out of the way and give me the all clear sign. So we'll see, but a lot of dirt work being done today, and I would say over the next several days, as long as the weather holds up, the pond will look a lot different a week from now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right, Captain Ron, let's hear it. Can you remember it all by yourself?
Okay. Do something today to make someone smile, because you never know, it might just change the whole world. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, we'll see you on the next video. Peace.